We're back with another Lions watch. This one is Week 8 versus the Tennessee Titans. It's been a couple weeks since I did this, but let's jump right into it. Now, I have 5 players once again with one honorable mention. This week was a little bit harder to make because a lot of the guys, there's not really a lot of guys out for us this week, so it's more depth pieces on this list that will be having bigger roles this week. That's why they're on here. I don't really have a lot of big names on here, spoiler warning, because we know what they can do, and there's not really anybody out where they're like, for the Titans, or a lot of star players on the Titans. They do got good players. I'm not saying that they don't. I'm just saying they don't have, like the Minnesota Vikings roster, the Bucks roster, even the Rams roster. So that's why there will be more depth pieces on this list, because they'll have bigger roles this game with a couple of the players being out that we have. So starting off with the one, you see him on the thumbnail, Allen Robinson, with Jameson Williams being suspended. Allen Robinson, Dan Campbell said in his press conference this week that he's going to have a major role in this upcoming game, and I'm all here for it. I've been telling you guys for Allen Robinson needs to be in the offense more to relieve J-Mo, to relieve Patrick, to even relieve St. Brown if he needs to. Big body receiver. And this is what I've been hearing from Lions fans. He's washed. He doesn't have it anymore. He can't play. He needs to retire. Okay. He is not what he used to be, clearly. But he still has to have some gas left in the tank. He has still got that huge ability to go one-on-one and make a great catch. He still has that ability. And we need that. Yes, we have that with Tim Patrick, but we don't have anybody besides him to do that. And Allen Robinson can be that. Allen Robinson still has some gas in the tank. He's not his 2019, 2020, 2018 self anymore. But he can still make an impact in the game, and he can still be a threat on the offense. So I'm all here for Allen Robinson getting, hopefully, a lot of playing time this upcoming week. So I'm definitely going to be watching him this upcoming game to see how much he gets targeted, to see how much he gets thrown to in the offense, to see how much he's able to get open and make an impact. Number 2 on the list, you also see him on the thumbnail, Isaiah Thomas. With Josh Pascal being out, he will be getting his first action as a Detroit Lion, and I cannot wait for it. He is projected to be a 4th or 5th round pick back in 2021, I believe. Maybe it was 2022, yes. And Isaiah Thomas ended up falling to the 7th round because of his attitude and stuff. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure it was because of that as well. But he will finally be his first action as a Detroit Lion. We picked him off the Bengals practice squad 2 weeks ago. So I'm looking forward to see Isaiah Thomas and how much reps he will be getting. That's clearly why he's on this for me, is to see how much reps he will be getting, or if the guys like James Houston or the other guys will be getting more reps. My 3rd guy on the list, could be a little bit shocking, is Isaiah Williams. I'm very looking forward to see him if he's involved in the offense. Dan Campbell said he's probably going to be playing this week on one of his press conferences, and I cannot wait for him. I'm going to be watching to see if he's involved in the kick returning and punt returning game, if he will take over the punt returning job over Khalif Raymond this week. I don't think so, but I could see him taking over the Khalif Raymond kick return role. And I'm also curious to see how he plays in the offense, since he's a speedster, to potentially replace J-Mo for these next 2 games. My 4th guy on the list, he just got elevated today, Al-Quadin Muhammad. We're paying attention to him. He's had production in the past. He has great potential, and I'm going to be looking forward to see how much reps he gets and if he can make an impact with the pass rush. And my last guy on the list, now he is a big name player, is Sam Laporta. With Jameson Williams being out, with them not having Jamal Adams anymore, with them losing to Ernest Jones in a trade, with Jerome Baker being out, who they just acquired in the trade for Ernest Jones this week, he's going to get a lot of opportunity. And also Cedric Gray is also out. So Sam Laporta is going to get a lot of opportunities this week. He's been very quiet this year. I believe he has under 15 catches on the year. He's been very quiet in the receiving game. Still been a very good blocker, of course. But he's been very quiet in the receiving game this year. So I do expect him to have a big game this week. At least over 40, 50 receiving yards and a couple of receptions, in my opinion. So I want to see, and I'm looking very forward to see Sam Laporta this game. I think this will be his first game of the season that he is a monster game for him. And my honorable mention is Trevor Nowatzki, of course, because of the injuries, and also he had the game-winning sack last week. Not a great pass rusher, but he can rush the quarterback. And I'm very curious to see if he is out there quite a bit, is potentially the number one edge rusher for this game. That's crazy to me. How Trevor Nowatzki might be our edge number one for this upcoming game. That is absolutely ridiculous. I'm not even going to rant how bad our defensive ends are right now, but in terms of depth. But Trevor Nowatzki, he is my honorable mention for this week. Hopefully he can make an impact. He does show some potential at the edge rusher position. I just think he doesn't have the most power in the world to play defensive end. But hopefully he can make an impact, so he's my honorable mention. So once again, my Lions watch for this week is Allen Robinson, Isaiah Thomas, Isaiah Williams, Al-Quadin Muhammad, Sam Laporte, and my honorable mention is Trevor Nowatzki. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Is there anybody I missed? Do you disagree? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. One pride, go Lions. And I'm going to say this right now, I did not mention in my last video. Lions, do not fall for the trap game. This is very well a trap game. The Titans are not a good team by any means. They just lost a lot of pieces to trades and injuries. But watch out for the trap game. Let's get this win. Let's move to 6-1. Let's move ahead in the division since the Vikings lost Thursday. And continue taking the number one spot in the NFC and NFC North. And hopefully, become the number one team in the NFL soon. One pride, go Lions.